Hi everyone, this is Shagun here. Hope you all keeping well and keeping safe. So there's something I've been thinking about for days now, and I thought I should share, knowing that it will bless you. So the first video I sent out, which I believe was about 3 years ago, I spoke about a woman centuries ago in the Eastern Mediterranean who was barren, and her and her husband went to pray, and God answered, and she conceived. This woman, by the way, is Rebecca, and this is Rebecca and Isaac. All right, and she conceived. After the conception, the Bible makes us understand that there was a tossing and turning in her womb, which was quite uncomfortable. And because of this, she went to inquire of the Lord. And God said, "You have two nations inside you. The eldest would serve the younger." And when she gave birth, we saw that she gave birth to twins. The first by the name of Esau. Esau, the Bible said, it was hairy, was a man of the field, which character-wise is symbolic to the fact that Esau was impulsive. Esau didn't think things through. He just did things anyhow. But not so his brother Jacob. Jacob was a man of the tent. In other words, he was calm, he was cool. Jacob would think things through. Jacob was dangerously strategic. He appreciated delayed gratification. He could wait for 7 years to get a result. So one day Esau came home from hunting and was famished, and he approached his brother Jacob, who apparently was cooking a bowl of stew, and he said, "Give me this bowl of stew." Now this is me paraphrasing. Esau said, "Give me this bowl of stew because I'm famished." And Jacob said something interesting. He said, "Sell me your birthright. Give me your birthright for this bowl of stew." And in response, Esau said, "What is this birthright to me? I'm famished. I'm going to die." And Esau gave his birthright for a bowl of stew. Now, I'd like to take a side step to establish the fact that the birthright is something that is symbolic given to the firstborn of the home, that gives him the rights and privileges to all the properties, real estate, or every resources the father has in the father's lifetime or after the father has passed on. But more importantly, the birthright positioned the firstborn in a very key and sensitive position with regards the relationship with God for the family and for the lineage of the generation to come. And Mr. Esau sold all that for a bowl of stew. Now that's quite scary. A pleasure that will probably last for 7.5 minutes. I dare say that there are generations today, individuals, nations today, that their future is at stake because of the decisions they've made today. Now, that's not even where I'm going to. So life went on, and the Bible also made us understand that the blessing that was meant to go on Esau. So what they also do back in the days is when the father is about to pass on, he would call his children and he would bless the firstborn with a unique blessing, with the blessing. All right. Now that blessing is like a force that guarantees success, regardless of the circumstances that you find yourself in. That's the blessing. It's a blessing that was operational back then and is still operational today. All right. That blessing was meant to go to the firstborn. It was passed on to the second one was passed on to Jacob because his mother did some schemes and all that, and was passed on to Jacob. Now, it's interesting. You would expect that Jacob would begin to live, luxuriate and largesse in that blessing. All right, but that was not so. Right? Jacob, after that, we saw that Jacob began to live a life as a fugitive. He was running away from his brother because his brother was chasing to kill him. He was living a life as a swindler. Even if he had some successes here and there, he was living way below the required standard. Until one day, Jacob encountered an angel. The Bible makes us understand that he wrestled with this angel, and the angel prevailed not. All right. It's interesting because the angel said, "Let me go because the day is about to break." And Jacob replied, he said, "I won't let you go until you bless me." Hang on, Mr. Jacob. I thought you had the birthright, and I thought you already had the blessing. Why are you asking for the blessing? And the angel said, "What's your name?" He said, my name is Jacob, which obviously means usurper, swindler. And he said, you will no longer be called Jacob. You'll be called Israel, which means prince. Now, I said all that to say this. You have all that you need to attain to the victory that is required in that area of your life. All the resources that you need to be victorious, to be successful, you have it already. And like Jacob, if you do not know who you are, you won't be able to enjoy or tap into that resources or that blessing that you already have. Remember, Jacob already had the blessing, but until the angel asked him, what is your name? The question I'm asking right now is, what name do you call yourself? Do you call yourself the negative names that your circumstance situation suggests? I'm broke. I can't make it. It's impossible. I can't build that business. I can't get that job. Or do you call yourself the name that God calls you? I am victorious. I have all the resources that I need. I can do this. Because guess what, guys? The name that you call yourself or the name that you allow yourself be called would present itself in your circumstances. I'll say that again. The name that you call yourself or you allow yourself be called would present itself in your circumstances. So, ladies and gents, refuse to be called any other name apart from the name God calls you. God has said that you are victorious. God has said you can write that book. You can build that business. God has said you can attain to that level in that career. You can earn that salary. You can be successful. You are victorious. God has said all that. Don't allow yourself to be called anything less than that. Because if you do, unfortunately, you'll be living below the required standard because you already have what you need. What else again do you need? Other than for you to be aware of your true identity in Christ. Because the level of your awareness of who you truly are would determine the level of how you can digest in the opulence of the blessing, the resources that's ready in your hand. Now, this is me, Segun Laniyan. As I've always said, the choice you make today will determine the future you have tomorrow. So please make the right one. Thank you.